What is going on, my friends? Today we are taking a look at the best rogue build after the recent nerfs. Now, this rogue nuke build is not what others are playing. Yes, the two main skills are the same, but many changes in skill tree points, specializations, aspects, and Paragon points. Now, by the end of the video, you will be destroying as a rogue. I've even faced the Butcher in a nightmare dungeon and beat him with this build. The nuke build has off-the-charts AoE and single target damage, excellent build for leveling or endgame play, and even PvP. You will see in the footage I battle druids, sorcerers, barbarians, and you can beat any class in PvP as long as you hit your nuke combo, and we will go over that later in the video. I've been working on fine-tuning this build for many hours, and I feel confident in saying that this is the best all-around build for the rogue at the moment. Now, before we get into it, please make sure you give the video a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel with the YouTube algorithms, and it would be greatly appreciated. Let's start with the skill tree. Basic skill, Puncture, along with Fundamental for the added vulnerability. Over to the core skills, we have 5 in the Twisting Blades and Advanced Twisting Blades for the active cooldown. 1 in the Siphoning Strike, 1 in the Sturdy. Agility skills, we have 3 Weapon Mastery, 1 Rapid Gambits, 3 Trick Attacks, and 3 for Concussive. Almost every single enemy you hit will be knocked down from your Poison Traps, and your Poison Traps will be up almost 100% of the time. Subterfuge skills, we have 1 Agile, 3 Mending Obscurity, 2 Concealment and Subverting Stealth, 1 Poison Trap, and Subverting Poison Trap for the extra poison damage as the enemies are standing in your traps, and they will be all the time. Along with, this is a big change right here. So a lot of the Death Trap builds you see, they're usually using Dash, but what I'm seeing here with Dark Shroud and going over to countering Dark Shroud, you get that extra 8% critical strike chance. So that's what's giving you the really big numbers when everybody's standing in both your Poison Trap and your Death Trap, along with that extra 8% critical chance. It's huge. It drops enemies a lot faster. Highly recommend going with this. Imbuement skills, we have 3 into Deadly Venom, 1 Alchemal Advantage, and 2 Debilitating Toxins. Ultimate skills, we have 1 Adrenaline Rush, 3 Haste, and all into the Death Trap. And the key passive is Exposure, and there's a big reason for this. Reduces the active cooldowns of your trap skills by 20%. Absolutely mandatory for this build. For Specialization, I go a combo of points because it makes Twisting Blades that much more deadly, and you're basically spamming it as the enemies are in your traps. So Twisting Blades is already strong, but this makes it even that much stronger. But for some reason, if your traps are not coming up often enough for you, you can go Preparation. And what this will do is every 100 energy that you spend, it brings a cooldown on your ultimate skill by 4 seconds. So if your skills aren't coming up fast enough, go with Preparation. Once you get the hang of it, switch over to combo points. I find this one deals out a lot more damage. Current aspects of the build, 20% damage reduction when you use your basic skill. So every time you hit Puncture, you're getting that 20% damage reduction for 2 seconds. Not that great. You can get a lot higher rolls on that, but definitely helpful for the 20% damage reduction. And damaging an elite enemy gives you a barrier. That's not a bad roll either, but highly recommended. You're going into elites often, especially in nightmare dungeons. So I highly recommend you put that on. Now these next two are Sacred Uniques. These are totally not mandatory for this build, but here you go. You can have a look at them. Moving over to the boots, we have Becoming Injured while crowd controlled. Grants you unstoppable for 4 seconds. Very helpful. The effect comes up every 20 seconds. So you're good to go when you drop in those traps if you happen to be crowd controlled. This aspect is not mandatory. I just like it. It's actual continual damage of arrows coming down on the enemy. So it helps whether it's AoE or single target damage. And it's 6,500 and you get 5 active storms. So 6,500 times 5 right down on one spot deals out a tremendous amount of damage. Moving over to the amulet, taking less damage if you are crowd controlled. That's always beneficial. And this is another Sacred Unique I'm currently using. Now, the last ring, we have Killing a Vulnerable Enemy grants you 64% increased energy regeneration. So I'm almost never running out of energy, but as soon as I do, it's coming right back up pretty quick. That's actually a really good roll. Highly recommend you put that on your rings. Aspects on the weapons, we have attacking enemies with a basic skill increases the damage of your next core skill, which is twisting blades. And speaking of twisting blades, we have orbit, so every time those twisting blades come back to you, you get an amplified damage. This is a quick look at my active Paragon tree. Now I'm only level 65 or so right now, so this is as far as we can go, but at least you can have a quick snapshot, fill those in, and then go further from there. Here's how to do the basic nuke combo. Make sure your shrouds are up, so they're spinning around you. Go stealth, drop both traps, hit puncture, spam twisting blades. And that's it. That's the basic nuke combo. That is going to wrap up the Rogue Nuke build for Diablo 4. If you guys enjoyed the video or learned something new, please consider supporting the channel by liking, commenting, or subscribing so you don't miss any future Diablo 4 videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.